Okay, eighth grade, we're at the part of our lesson where we're getting ready to read. And a couple things have to happen before we can do that successfully. Number one, we need to preview the questions that we're going to be asked. That way we can read with a purpose. So on your handout, you're looking at the two questions under Read for Gist. Here they are. Number one, how do the children describe Dolphus Raymond and what makes him different from other people in Maycomb? So when I get to that part, we're going to stop and take some notes about who he is, what we know about him, and how he's different from the town. You'll do the second one when you read independently, but the question is, what do Jem, Scout, and Dill decide to do regarding the trial? So are they going to join Atticus at the trial? Are they going to join the town? Or will they stay home like they're supposed to? Turn your handout over. Once you're in the independent read, you're going to be thinking about the courthouse and how it's arranged, meaning how is it set up? Where are people standing? What does it look like on the inside? And what can you tell about the judge who's in charge or, leading this trial of Tom Robinson? So having said all that, you're going to open your book to 182. And we are remembering where we left off. So when we last read, Tom Robinson was moved to the jail in Maycomb. Atticus was sitting outside of the jail cell, defending him from the mob. And now we've moved forward in time and the trial is starting. Aunt Alexandra has instructed the children to stay home. We need to, as we read, we're going to see if Jem, Scout, and Dill follow that. Okay, so on 182, the trial is starting, and we're seeing that people are gathering to get ready for this trial. I want to make sure that you can see it as I'm reading it, but you should also have your book as well. All right. There was no room at the public hitching rail for another animal. Mules and wagons were parked under every available tree. The courthouse square was covered in picnic parties, sitting on newspapers, washing down biscuits and syrup with warm milk from fruit jars. Some people were gnawing on cold chicken and cold fried pork chops. The more affluent chased their food with drugstore Coca-Cola in bulb-shaped soda glasses. Greasy-faced children popped the whip through the crowd. Babies lunched at their mother's breast. So our skill for today is making inferences, and immediately I'm able to make an inference about what's going on. So I can find the evidence that it's really crowded. People are sitting down, enjoying a nice meal, spending time together. There are children there, which tells me that entire families are going to this event. And I'm going to infer that this was a big moment in the town. People are coming from all over to go to this trial. So although the author didn't tell me that, I'm able to use the clues and my background knowledge to make an inference. That's the kind of thinking you're going to need to do throughout this read. So we have the white people sitting there drinking out of their soda glasses, and then the author describes what the black people are doing. In a far corner of the square, the Negro sat quietly in the sun, dining on sardines, crackers, and the more vivid flavors of knee-high cola. Mr. Dolphus Raymond sat with them. Remember, this is the person we're looking for. We're looking for how he's described and how he's different. Jem, said Dill, he's drinking out of a sack. Mr. Dolphus Raymond seemed to be doing so. 2 yellow drugstore straws ran from his mouth to the depths of a brown paper bag. I ain't never seen anyone do that, murmured Dill. How does he keep what's in it? Jem giggled. He's got a cola bottle full of whiskey in there. That's so not to upset the ladies. You'll see him sip it all afternoon. He'll step out for a while and fill it back up. Why is he sitting with the colored folks? Always does. He likes them better than he likes us, I reckon. Lives by himself way down near the county line. He's got a colored woman and all sorts of mixed children. I'll show you some of them if we see them. He doesn't look like trash, said Dill. He's not. He owns all one side of the riverbank down there. He's from a real old family to boot. Then why does he do that? That's just his way, said Jem. They say he never got over his wedding. He was supposed to marry one of the The Spencer ladies, I think. They were going to have a huge wedding, but they didn't. After the rehearsal, the bride went upstairs and blew her head off. Shotgun. She pulled the trigger with her toes. Did they ever know why? No, said Jem. Nobody ever knew quite why but Mr. Dolphus. They said it was because she found out about his colored woman. He reckoned he could keep her and get married too. He's been sort of drunk ever since. You know, though, he's real good to those children. Jem, I asked, what's a mixed child? Let's pause there. What do we know about Dolphus Raymond from how he's described? And what makes him different from the other white people?